Welcome to the Iconoclastic Wrestling Podcast.
You have to do that shit, huh?
Bro. We're making jokes about Vince Russo.
In case you didn't realize that already.
I was reading stuff about him last night, Bash at the Beach 2000. I still don't understand what happened there. But
yeah, well, you wouldn't be the only one. I mean, I didn't watch that when it happened, but I saw it enough times where I'm like, what the fuck? That's all.
Yeah, because I don't know what's a shoot and what's a work during that.
All right, to clear out the elephant in the room. I mean, I know we're playing this Thursday, week after Thanksgiving, but we just saw Survivor Series last night.
Fuck him and his ugly ass dog.
Oh God, you hate that dog.
I do. Have you seen it?
And I just want to make a couple of comments, and I'm going to hold off until we get to the Survivor Series recap segment. It makes a lot of sense. You go back and listen to any of these episodes, I said it writes itself when the guys no compete comes up at Survivor Series in his hometown. So
he's not going to be there for long, though.
Who cares? I do like that something in the wrestling business was kept quiet from the leeches and the dirt sheets, which we are not part of, despite what some people think.
Well, apparently the deal was only signed within the last week.
Well, that's what they're saying. They can say whatever they want. They got him. They can say whatever they want.
I'm telling you, the fact that he's there proves that they're desperate.
Well, yeah, but that is a bad news for Tony Khan.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I got more news about Mr. Tony.
Why?
Why? No, it has to do with, it's worse than his appearance on Dan Le Batard before Title Tuesday. But anyway, let's get through some other stuff here before that, because we have to get to I'd like to get to a small Survivor Series recap, and then we have the PWI year-end award. The lists of entry people are in it. The list.
What do you mean entry people?
The entrants, the people that are up for the award, the nominees for the award. I can't talk, ladies.
But not the winners, just the
the winners won't be announced for another month.
So what, do people vote on it? Is that how it works?
But
okay.
I need some of your expertise on this, because I'm starting to think everybody just thinks everybody watch. I'm starting to think everybody that writes for wrestling thinks people watch Japanese wrestling. Like, no problem.
Okay, we can do that. Let's talk about World Tag League if you want.
Yeah, well, you can do the whole.
That's on. We're on night 6 right now, or night 7, whatever it is with the international date line.
All right, so 400 days of the year. Per SES Scoops, Phil Gear. Now, we said this last week. Full Gear was a character assassination of Jay White. I mean, right there on television for everybody to see. That poor bastard. He is apparently not happy about the whole thing.
According to who?
According to, SES Scoops broke this, and who else? Somebody else wrote something about it. Oh, I don't have who wrote it, but Jay White not happy about how Full Gear was booked. It's the lowest rated main event in AEW history. Now, when I talked to Kev earlier,
what do you mean by ratings?
No, it's the lowest rated main event. Like, I guess,
like in terms
Star-wise or whatever.
Okay,
let's say.
I didn't know in terms of like buy rate or in terms of
buy rate. You're really talking about the whole show. You can't do that. You can't do a pay-per-view like you break down the quarter hour of regular television.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I don't like what they did with him. The guy's a former world champion. They fought WWE to bring him over here, and they did that. And that match was tailor-made for MJF to lose and still look okay. He was fucking hurt.
I don't get it. I hate Tony Khan.
I don't know what to make of it, Shivani.
I hate Tony Khan.
Yeah, I mean, and also, since you brought him up, I had a note on here. I listened to the Full Gear. Did you watch the Full Gear media scrum?
I never watched the media scrums.
Yeah, well, be happy you didn't watch this one, because all I did was listen to 10 minutes of him talk about, on Jim Cornette was playing it. Him and Brian were talking about it. He talked about, and he's talking in kayfabe, but nobody else is.
So like, he's talking in kayfabe.
He keeps pumping the Continental Classic and comparing it to the old All Japan Triple Crown when they had the 3 belts and all this shit. He was just going on and on. He goes, they're very big. A lot of people are talking about it. I'm like, who's talking about it besides you? Like,
this stuff makes me not want to like wrestling.
What? When he does that stuff?
No, just all of this talk about internet wrestling fans and.
What are we talking about? Internet wrestling? Nobody said that.
What even is an internet wrestling fan?
Somebody your age. You guys are very sensitive. We spent a lot of time when I was a teenager sitting in people's attics with a PWI, smoking pot, passing it around, and discussing the business. I mean, and now you guys is like, you can't say that about Orange Cassidy. He's freshly squeezed. And
He
what the
is.
fuck does that even mean?
He is freshly squeezed.
What the fuck does that even mean?
That's his thing.
Sticking with AEW, Wheeler Yuta took the Ring of Honor Pure title back.
Well, Katsuyori Shibata apparently has to go back to Japan on very short notice for an emergency.
Yeah, I heard that.
Apparently
He
it's
said he's taking a sabbatical period.
Some kind of family, personal thing, or so they quick had him drop the belt last night. I don't know.
What was it on Collision?
Yeah,
They ran Collision and Rampage last night against Survivor Series.
yeah.
I'm sure that lately I've been reading a lot of I was looking at some of the quarter hour ratings. What was it, the 17th of November?
Whatever.
Every 15 minutes for SmackDown against Collision, especially. Like, SmackDown's still doing 2 million people. Collision is now one of the lower shows, but still higher than Rampage. You can only imagine what Rampage's numbers are.
Rampage is like WWF superstars.
No, it's WWF Metal or Jacked.
Jacked.
Yeah, Jacked.
With a K, with two Ks.
J-A-K. Yeah, AJ Styles was on there once, right after WCW went on there, and it was WWF still.
I didn't know this. Did you know that one of our favorite wrestlers, Virgil, a.k.a. Vincent,
A.K.A. Curly Bill.
a.k.a. Shane, was also named Shane at one point. Did you know all of his names were meant to be jabs at the other company?
Oh, yeah.
He
Just like,
named,
VK Wall Street from Michael Connor. It's Vincent Kennedy McMahon. VK, yeah.
But
everybody wants to take down Vince.
The Rock sells out WrestleMania.
You're welcome. Stupid motherfucker.
AEW should bring him in. Him and Norman Smiley.
Yeah, why not? The ship's already sinking, baby. Let's go bring this guy in. Yeah. Let's give him $1 million too. And then we'll bring somebody else and we'll bump him up to 2. Where's Barry Bloom? They run me out of business now.
Who's Barry Bloom? Oh, yeah, the agent.
The guy that gets the Drew Rose.
Yeah, but see, unlike WCW, AEW actually brings in good people.
How do you know? Do you know the names of anybody behind the scenes there besides Tony and maybe
I met wrestling
Megna or whatever her name is?
I met wrestlers. They actually sign good wrestlers.
But it doesn't matter if you have people behind the scenes that just like, it really is a start. Watching Triple H in the press conference last night, he really handles himself better than, say, Tony Khan does. Well, you'll never see Triple H. I mean, the whole thing, problems about Punk being there and maybe, he's not going to be snatching Triple H at Gorilla because he's like twice his size. Heart attack or no, he'll put him through the fucking wall.
Well, yeah, because Tony Khan's like a regular person. Triple H used to be on the roids.
Oh, he's still big, though. He's like in his 50s now. He's had to retire due to heart issues. Didn't
they wrestle before, Punk and Triple H?
I don't know if they,
like 10 years ago?
Yeah, like more than 10. It was like in 2011 when he just won the title. And he was the referee for the Cena Punk unification match. Because, they had Punk in the summer of Punk, which is probably the best promos since he left ROH to go there, where he thought he was going to take the belt away. He said he was going to beat Cena. Stop with the "you can't see me. I can see you just fine." And I hate him. I wonder if he's going to want to come back now, old balding Johnny, because he has good matches with Punk. That was match of the year, 2011, John Cena.
No, he left. He said he left because he's going back to Hollywood. I told you
that was going to happen.
He's going back to Hollywood.
He's got that show.
Yeah, Peacemaker. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's great.
Amazing. You say everything's amazing. You talk about it like it's like Avatar or something like mind-blowing. It's a DC comic person. I don't like him as a person.
Cena.
Or as an actor.
Super Cena.
Juan Cena.
When he beat up the entire... what was it? The Nexus?
They shit all over that group. That group had potential.
Yeah, and he beat them all up.
Yeah. But anyway, he was the referee, Triple H, in the Punk Cena rematch where John had his foot on the ropes and he counted 3 anyway. So Punk was the undisputed champion for like 2 seconds until Alberto Del Rio cashed in. And then Kevin Nash attacked Punk before that. Which I still never understood that either. Kevin Nash came out of the crowd at SummerSlam 2011 and he jackknifed him. And he was supposed to have, Punk was doing these really good promos. He would yell at Nash in the ring. He'd be out on the stage going, you know what? People don't even know who you are anymore, Kevin. My sister texted me earlier. Kevin Nash WTF, thought he was dead, OMG. He did some really good work.
Yeah, well, Kevin Nash knows more moves than Punk does.
Just about the same.
No,
but anyway, what I'm saying, Nash couldn't even get in the ring because he has heart issues. He takes Plavix, which is like a blood thinner. So he wound up having a feud with Triple H.
No, it's because
still didn't make any sense.
No, well, because Kevin Nash has 5 moves, Punk has 3.
Hair flip. No, Punk has the
Anaconda Vice, Pepsi Plunge, and then go to sleep.
Elbow drop, go to sleep, knee in the corner, bulldog, or up to 6.
No, we're not.
Calf kick off the rope.
He doesn't. 7. I've never seen.
You don't know shit, and you don't ever believe me when it comes to Punk. I have been right fucking on since he came back from suspension.
I have never seen any of those last couple moves. All I've ever seen him do is the fucking Pepsi Plunge.
So you didn't see him. It doesn't mean they don't fucking exist.
Pepsi Plunge, GTS, and the Anaconda Vice. That's it.
If you've never been to a baseball game before, would you say the fucking sport doesn't exist? You're like,
it's just different.
It's like a Holocaust denier.
I've never seen Punk do those last couple moves. And if you're listening to this, Phil Brooks, you fucking bitch, I challenge you to come out here and do it. That's right. I'm pissed. I fucking hate Phil Brooks.
Wow. Well, you get settle down. Just settle down, Wolf.
Save it for the Survivor Series. I would use words to describe him that I cannot say on air at risk of destroying my reputation as a journalist.
Anyway. Oh, now you're a journalist because it fits your argument. Full Gear attendance was 12,106. Not bad.
Yeah.
Up from the house shows and the live shows by about 10,000. Yeah, but that was a very good show. We said it was very good.
Also, all the pictures you use when we do this podcast are inaccurate when you try to show the empty seats and they like that whole one area. They always keep them empty because that's where the hard camera is.
That's where all the ones I showed of Adam Copeland and Samoa Joe were facing that way.
Yes. We need you are a AEW hater. You are biased.
Yeah, I guess AEW. I'm going to all these shows with you because I'm a hater, right?
You only go there because You only go there because I'm going. You wouldn't be going to these shows if it wasn't for me.
You could say I'm your uncle. I've said it in the beginning of the show before. Speaking of AEW, staying there, Juice Robinson's going to require back surgery.
Wait, what?
Juice is out. He's going to require back surgery.
What happened to him?
I don't know. He's got to have back surgery. Who knows? You get to be older, you can throw your back out reaching for a soda, man. Not all he knows. I mean, WWE has had 0 talks with MJF. I believe he has secretly re-signed with AEW until 2027. That's per Nick Houseman from House of Wrestling.
I mean, that's probably already. I mean, yeah, I think so.
WWE knows what they're talking about, man.
They're not going to sign. No, because MJF's not going to go there. They're not
going to waste their time.
MJF's not going to go there because he's going to go over there and lose to Rome in 12 seconds and then feud with Baron Corbin over a hat.
But he'll laugh all the way to the bank. Do you understand? That's what these people care about, is making the most
money. No, not always. Not always.
It's very watered down.
I know I'd be pissed off if I was getting paid $1 million just to sit there and not do anything.
Yeah, me too.
I would.
I don't know. It depends on how you are.
Punk's going to be here for like a month before he gets into a fight with somebody.
He's going to get $4.5 million for being here. You know how much money this company has now? They're worth $21 billion.
It's awful. The government should break them up. They're a monopoly.
Well, MLW is trying to sue them for that. So
I know.
Monopoly. NWA is set to announce a pay-per-view for 1/24, which in January. What are they going to do now? Sacrifice somebody on live television?
They're going to do a crucifixion like The Undertaker used to do.
They're all going to shoot up at once.
What's the pay-per-view name?
Oh, I don't know. It just said they didn't even announce it, which really you should probably have a name by now. We're in the
I love that. I love that, and I was reading about this on the Squared Circle subreddit. Like
I belong to that too.
I don't belong to it either. I don't like to talk about wrestling on the internet because I talk about wrestling enough here.
Jeez. Sorry.
But shit, what was I going to say? Oh yeah. Like the NWA is like the laughing stock of the entire wrestling business.
I don't see how when Impact is still around.
What?
I don't see how when Impact is still around.
Because Impact, like the whole cocaine thing with Father James Mitchell, that's just so insanely stupid that.
Yeah, but it got you talking about it.
What if that's the whole reason they did it? It was
well, I don't think it is. It's not getting you the right kind of.
Like Billy Corgan goes up to James Mitchell. It's like, hey, can you snort coke behind?
Listen, I got this bag of coke. Could you please,
I can't believe he's still alive, let alone still in the business. Yeah, they only got like 400 buys
James
on that.
Mitchell?
Yeah. Again, they only got 400 buys on that pay-per-view.
What? No, they didn't. They got less than that. They got 200. Remember, we covered it. It was 212.
Oh, yeah. I thought we said it was 450.
No, that's what you had, and I said lower.
Again, they did a show, I remember, a couple years ago. They had a world championship match at the Ohio State Fair.
Wow. I'm trying to find a list for the...
with Trevor Murdoch. When he was the champion.
Have we ever verified if he's related to Dick Murdoch?
I think he is Dick Murdoch's son.
Well, you can't tell. They use fake names these days.
I thought I looked it up once.
You might have. I don't remember if we covered
I'll look it up right now. I had to turn my Wi-Fi off. I had to go on cellular here.
I told you this about...
go ahead. Okay, Trevor
Murdoch, yeah.
No. William Theodore Muller is his real name.
Richard Murdoch was his real name.
Okay, so...
And he was a card-carrying member of the Ku Klux Klan. He openly talked about it.
Didn't he try... I remember there was a story...
He said Tony Atlas...
Yes, Tony. He said Tony Atlas to go to a Klan meeting, hoping they would kill him.
Tony Atlas, black... No, he just did it to be funny. He was friends with Tony. But Tony's black as the ace of spades, and it even sounds like it on the phone.
But didn't he go?
See him?
But didn't he go with someone else too? I thought there was someone else there.
I don't know if Dusty went with him. I forgot. I have to hear the story again. I'm sure it's online because that's where I heard it the first time.
It was in Dark Side of the Ring, I think, somewhere.
It might have been.
Dark Side of the Ring's done everything.
We talked about this on Thanksgiving. We were eating. Ringside News reported that Okada was the one that reached out to WWE.
He's not going there.
You said Punk wasn't going back to WWE.
Look.
Speechless, folks.
I saw this post on the NJPW subreddit, which, by the way, is a bunch of fucking crybabies.
Where?
The NJPW subreddit.
Dude, that's all Reddit is crybabies.
That's not true. You're not allowed but to the NJPW subreddit just talks about how bad AEW is because they take NJPW stars away. But like, I saw this one post, and
I can see why people are being pissed about it.
And like, one guy, they said this post was tone deaf, but I agree with it. This one wrestling journalist said that like, you should be thankful that AEW is signing these people because as long as AEW is signing them, that means they can still make some appearances for New Japan. If WWE signs them, they're not making any appearances.
But you do understand, like when you're talking about Okada won't go to WWE, these guys, not only just for the money, we've talked about this before too. WWE has less people that get injured because of the less.
But you also have to work more dates.
Yeah, they still run like probably 200 dates a year, I would say, or close to it.
AEW runs a fraction of that.
Yeah. So it's a softer schedule, but it's a more aggressive. It's more like the Japanese, like strong style or
exactly. Yeah. So I would think that as the New Japan guys wouldn't mind going to AEW.
You don't have to change your style, but you're telling me
and you're getting paid more.
Kazuchika Okada, possibly in your mid-30s by now. You've wrestled this strong style kind of shit for your whole career now. You got a chance to make some real big money with a less aggressive style.
Muto was wrestling strong style in his 60s.
Yeah, but it's got to be different for each person. But I'm just saying, it's like when Nash and Hall went to the when they went to WCW, because they were getting like twice the money for half the dates. They were doing 300 dates in WWF. They were doing 150. WCW never ran house shows.
They did?
Well, no, they did, but it wasn't like WWF did. WWF consistently hit the same markets every month. Every fucking month.
That's terrible. That's a terrible idea.
It's a terrible idea? How big did they get?
Fine. Well, now I think it's a bad idea.
That's not how you would do it now. You would just get set up in a place that's cheap enough for you to rent or no rent at all, and you stream it. You can buy cameras in the store to do just as good shit as like your people at ABC probably use.
That's what NWA does, but NWA Power. I'm just saying. Well, I'm just saying that because it's only 2 R's.
5 R's at the end of it.
Yeah. Well, there's like 2. Yeah. There's 2 R's.
Michael P.S. Hayes from the Fabulous Freebirds, is upset that movie company A24 didn't ask his permission before having someone play him in Iron Claw. What did he think they were going to do? The Von Erichs without the Freebirds? That's their whole deal.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't have, what are you going to do? Terry Gordy and Buddy Roberts because they're dead and nobody can ask them? They're going to put Jimmy Garvin in there. That's the worst iteration of the Freebirds.
What?
Jimmy Garvin. Years later, Buddy Roberts was older. Terry Gordy and Michael Hayes were like 17.
The only one of these guys I know is Terry Gordy.
Well, because he was the greatest. He was the best worker out of all three of them.
Michael
was the best talker.
Well, again, I mainly know him from All Japan.
Yeah, well, still, he was good in tags and singles over there. But they put, Buddy Roberts remember the Hollywood Blondes, Steve Austin and Brian Pillman?
Yes.
The original Hollywood Blondes was in the early 70s. It was Buddy Roberts and somebody else. So Buddy was a good deal older than him, and he was put with them to watch them because they were kids and they were insane. Gordy and Hayes. They were in the WWF for a week. They got fired.
For what?
I don't know. Michael Hayes got in an argument with Andre, and Andre basically fired him right there. He said, "You can't do that." He goes, "Yeah, I can. I'll go to Vince right now. Either you're going to be here. If you're going to be here, I'm not going to be here." So.
What was the thing with I just wanted to tell you, by the way, yesterday morning I watched the Beyond the Mat Draws Puke thing again.
Oh no!
Oh wait!
Are we just going to have to feature it on here in a soundbite or something every week because we're always talking about it?
It's great. He's got a puke. He's got a puke. He's got a puke. He's got a puke.
And he couldn't do it, though. He could barely do it.
No, some came
He used to yak in the ring, but he would just hold his nose and it was disgusting. No, the headbangers, one of them used to spit a hawker up in the air, the other one would catch it in his mouth. I'm gonna puke now. I'm gonna puke.
Who was in the headbangers?
Martian Thrasher.
Who was Martian?
Never mind. You're better for not knowing.
Didn't one of them become Beaver Cleavage?
Yeah, it was
the worst.
That lasted for like 2 weeks. He never even got in the ring. He wound up being Chaz Warrington.
The worst gimmick ever. That or Friar Ferguson bashing boogers.
I don't even remember Friar Ferguson. You do, and you weren't even alive when that happened.
It was around for one match.
Well, I remember Bastion Booger. He's famous for no showing the 1994 Royal Rumble, and they said maybe he ate something. All right.
Stop, wait a minute.
Day before Thanksgiving, Dynamite. Christian rechristens his son Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus as the Prodigy and Killswitch.
Well, Luchasaurus as the name doesn't really make sense anymore because it made sense when it was Jurassic Express. It made sense that he was a dinosaur.
Why does he just be Dino Douche? That's the one I call him anyway.
Yeah, because you just parrot what Jim Cucknet says.
Right, motherfucker. All right, it's some news you're not going to care about, but I need to bring it up because you go off the rails when I say this. Season 2 of the DLC for AEW Fight Forever dropped. $25 is going to get you the acclaimed Tony Storm, Beat the Elite, and the current Dynamite Red, White, and Blue rope ring. Outrageous. How fucking dare they charge you for finishing a game that should have been finished when they sold it to you?
I don't even want to talk about this.
Well, you bought it, didn't you? You never turned it on after like one playthrough, did you?
I bought it. I played it for like 2 or 3 days.
It is fun, but it goes down real fast.
I mean, the wrestling's good, but the matches are only like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
the matches are short.
Once the health gets down, they're done. There's no coming back. That's what I don't like. If you watch older games like I do on the channel, like 12 and 2K14,
it's more realistic.
Back and forth.
It's more realistic.
Yeah.
Same thing with Fire Pro Wrestling, which
I've seen enough of that.
I have a lot of issues with Fire Pro Wrestling. One of them being that it's also very devoid of content, but
now it is, but for years it wasn't.
Fire Pro Wrestling World, it doesn't even have like 8-man tags.
Really?
Or 10-man.
Fight Forever, they don't even have 6-man tags. They don't have cage matches.
They don't have anything in that game.
And they introduced more creator wrestler parts with this fucking season pass. It's all Christmas related. I don't give a fuck about putting a Santa hat or an antlers on Anthony Bowens. Like, what the fuck? Every time they do something for this game, I can't believe these people had anything to do with wrestling.
The Ukes people that made it?
Yeah, like they made some of the greatest wrestling games ever. They made all the WWE ones and THQ, No Mercy, Revenge, and Know Your World Tour. It's my whole late teens.
UFC Undisputed 3. Best MMA game ever.
Yeah.
Which isn't saying much.
Did I get you that?
Yeah, but that game sucks.
No, but I'm just saying the presentation part of it, you can book your own pay-per-view. That was insane.
And
like, they still don't let you fucking do that. So,
saying that the gameplay's not good, but
NWA Power, and I feel like I have to whisper when I say this, they've quietly been added to the CW app.
Oh, yeah, we talked about this at Thanksgiving dinner.
Don't tell anybody.
Oh, yeah, the CW Seed, or that's what it used to be called.
Oh, I don't know. I used to try to get it to watch, like, what was I trying to get it for? To watch, like, shit of, like, Arrow on my phone or something back when Arrow was still on.
Oh, God. I haven't watched Arrow since, like, Obama was president.
Do you remember we were talking about Chris Hero's big return the other week?
Cassius Ohno?
Did you see him?
No.
Did you see how fucking fat he is? He is immense. Oh, my Lord.
Is he worse than, God damn it. Who's the other guy in America's Most Wanted?
Chris Harris.
Yeah, is he worse than Chris Harris?
He's right about there.
No, Chris Harris.
Oh, I saw Chris Harris. You don't have to tell me.
Because James Storm is still in really good shape now.
Yeah,
but
Chris Harris ate his way through like all the buffets in South Florida.
Chris Harris has been fat since like 2005.
Wow. Here's some news that'll perk you up because I know you're not happy about Punk returning. Jim Ross may not be returning to AEW. Are you finished? Has blood sugar issues.
Oh.
And he's going to have daily specials appointments. So good. You win, but he might die. So
I'm not okay with this. I just want him to retire because he's not a good commentator.
Some of his, you ever listen to his podcast, Grilling with JR? Oh, some of those old Mid-South stories. He did a whole hour with Conrad Johnson about fucking Grizzly Smith.
The thing where he talks about the conspiracy to assassinate Vince McMahon that he heard in the bathroom.
That was on the WWE Network on one of those Legends Roundtable shows. He's like, I pulled my feet up and my sphincter tightened.
It's like hearing about how Tommy Dreamer was going to kill Vince. Remember that?
I heard that until you told me, then I looked it up.
I didn't make it up. It was real.
No, after you told me about it, I looked it up. I never heard that.
WrestleMania 17, he was going to jump over the barricade, shoot Paul Heyman and Vince, and then kill himself.
Really?
Yeah, that was Tommy Dreamer's plan because he was so angry at Paul Heyman for duping all of them.
Look up voting for the PWI awards, year-end awards for 2023.
You don't have it up.
No, I don't. I just wrote this down before I came
PWI.
Year-end awards 2023 ballots or something. Full gear buys were expected to be at around 100,000. They may be up or over 120 now. Yes,
it's not that bad.
No. See, I print good news on All Petite Wrestling every once in a while.
2022.
That's 2022. That's the who won. I saw that already. Being the Elite is finally over. That awful show.
I never watched that.
Oh, me neither. But it says the Bucks are taking time off and they're going to repackage them as crybaby heels. Doesn't seem like much of a stretch to me.
But they're going to keep Kenny as face.
Yeah, I don't think Kenny needs to be attached to them right now. I really don't. I think he can do so much more apart from them. But the thing is, though, they put him with him, and he likes to be immature with them. Like when he drank the Pepsi and he spit it out when they were eating Chicago.
It could have been a bad Pepsi.
Nobody's going to fucking buy that ever from those three.
I can't find it.
Me neither. We might have to skip that. But
No, I'm trying to find this. Okay, Jim Cornette talked about it.
Yeah, but it's in a video. I already looked at that.
I found the top 500, which we already ranted about.
Or nominees. I'm looking on my phone right now, too. Give me a second. I wonder if it's not out yet.
Oh, in 2021, CM Punk won 2 awards. Britt Baker won 3.
Let's go back and look at some of the old ones after I've done a couple more things here. I have to do the... Oh, wait. Here's PWI Achievement Awards. Hold
on. Ric Flair has won Wrestler of the Year 6 times.
He won Wrestler of the Decade of the 80s. Trying to see who's up for some of this stuff this year. But anyway, while that's loaded, let me get to... What else do we have left? The Wrestle Debate now follows our show here on X. That's two.
What?
The Wrestle Debate follows us. That's 2 shows now on X, formerly as Twitter. That's 2 counting Wrestle Nova. I'm sure they have more viewers than we do. But, all right, if you keep looking for that, I will get into the Survivor Series recap. But you can give me your thoughts. I know you didn't watch the whole thing.
I only saw the Survivor Series match. I was not impressed with the actual in-ring quality. Sami Zayn looks like a homeless man.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him.
Drew McIntyre just looked pissed off the whole time.
He usually does. He looks constipated. Usually.
That's what I was saying.
He's like he's got to take a big shit.
I know you hate him. What do you say?
I told you, like, once
he does his entrance,
it's over. Like, I'll never forget one of the most stark memories of my mind during pandemic wrestling, because we have to do a special on pandemic wrestling, how fucking bad it was. AEW was better than WWE.
I wasn't watching wrestling then.
When WWE moved to the Thunderdome,
the TV store,
it was better, yeah. It was better because watching WrestleMania, I've never watched the whole thing, the 2 nights from the Performance Center with no crowd and no noise. Oh, I imagine it was hell.
No, well, the first special we have to do is when you get Phil and Kevin here and we do the Russo trilogy.
Oh, boy. I got gas just thinking of it. All right. Here's your results from last night's Survivor Series. Ugh. The women's War Games match was up first. I was in and out on the pre-show because
I saw that that team Bianca Belair won.
Yeah, I say I don't like her with her fucking 7-foot-long weave that she beats people with. I can't stand it.
I just think it's I don't know.
And Charlotte with her moonsault, she's so tall, she hits people thigh first. She flips so high. Shotzi, you see now why they let Ruby Riott go, Ruby Soho, because they only need one girl that wears all black and is kind of like, dirty looking.
Nah, Shotzi's looks like
Shotzi's way better looking than Ruby.
No,
Ruby Soho looks like Klinger from MASH or a guy.
Shotzi looks like a public
chest or no nothing.
Shotzi looks like.
No, Shotzi is way better looking.
No, listen. Hey, whoa, hey. And also, didn't she sell pictures of her poop?
No, wasn't that Tessa Blanchard?
No, I thought you told me that she put a picture of a toilet, and
I don't know, Brian. That sounds like something I would have heard from Jim and Brian. But I don't remember. I try to forget some of that stuff, But I mean, these girls, they need money. I mean,
Tessa Blanchard.
She was the one that supposedly took the dump.
No. She took an audio tape of it. Shotzi, I thought, sold pictures of it.
I don't know. I really don't want to spend a lot of time on this. I mean, it's disgusting.
Anyway,
getting back to the card here. Yeah, they beat Bianca, Charlotte, Shotzi, and Becky. Beat Bayley, Asuka, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane with Dakota Kai outside the ring. Didn't really see nothing. You know how I feel about women's wrestling, and I don't feel like this. Yeah, it's hard to believe it being a war
when they don't bleed.
Yeah, and then these guys have to walk in there minutes later, and I have to believe that they're, it's like a fight for their life, and these half 100-pound women just did it. I mean,
well, because what other matches were there? There was
Gunther against The Miz, which was, if I had to pick a match of the night, I would say that was pretty good.
Gunther!
They're fucking Nazis. I mean, do we have to split hairs here?
I remember the one, was it WrestleMania, where they had to do those big, stupid, CGI graphics?
Oh, Christ, I hate that.
They had, they did a flag where it was his face. It was a banner where it was his face
but
in
it was
black.
Red with black?
Yeah, it was black.
It was German Nazi shit.
Yeah. Imperium. Gunther. He's from
Gunther
Austria.
is like a Nazi name, too. And Hitler was from Austria.
Well, originally he was Walter in NXT UK. And then when they brought him over to NXT, he became Gunther.
I guess. But the other match, I mean, obviously, what else happened there?
Santos Escobar fought Dragon Lee.
Yeah, I missed that. And honest to God, I can't remember why I missed it.
Carlito got pulled from the match last minute.
That's a fucking shame.
Dragon
Lee would be a better match.
You know, I know you hate Carlito, but
apple-eating motherfucker.
You know what cool is?
He don't. He don't. And,
he's in good shape.
There was no tag belts because the tag team were in the...
He looks like Eric Andre, Carlito.
Who's Eric Andre?
You don't fucking know who Eric Andre is?
Calm down.
No. You used to watch Adult Swim when you were my age, and you don't know who Eric Andre is?
Well, tell me who he is, and I'll tell you if I remember.
He's a comedian. He had like he's got a talk show on Adult Swim that's like the anti-talk show.
Was he Wayne the Brain McLean on Aqua Teen?
Maybe.
You will hang out with Wayne. Wayne does have bar dollars.
Oh,
it's all a dream. That's why that's why Carl never
speaking
gets
of,
full.
we have to bring this up. Did you know that they're making a new season of Aqua Teen?
Yeah, Kevin told me.
Yeah, I just had to bring that up.
I have the first 5 seasons on the PC.
Only the first 5?
Yeah, I gave up after that. And it doesn't, it became Aqua Teen Unit Patrol one time.
It's the same show. It just got renamed every season. That was the joke. It's like when they moved.
That was a joke?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't find it funny.
It's like when they moved.
I stopped it. They lost me as a viewer.
It's like when they moved from New Jersey to like Portland, but the street and the house stay exactly the same.
It's like when they had Dusty Gazangas, the stripper, come to fix the gas. She had a South Jersey gas van.
Yeah, it's because they live in South Jersey.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but where do they... Dr. Weird lives in South Jersey. He's on the edge of a cliff. There ain't no cliffs around here.
They're giving out details of our...
Okay, I didn't give out street addresses. 1855 Armory Road, Teaneck, New Jersey.
But where is that?
It's not here. Teaneck, it's way up. I can't say the direction or my co-host will have a shit fit here. But anyway.
All right. Well, anyway, back to the rest of Survivor Series.
Bring up the card on your phone because I don't want to go back to it because of the technical difficulties it's causing me. This is what happened the last time when the recorder went out. I had to switch screens. We left off at Gunther.
You fucking startled me, you little motherfucker.
Gunther.
Also, the poster for this was terrible.
Yeah, it was all right.
Was Cody with
Cody in his 1991 Hulk Hogan face paint from SummerSlam 91.
Wait, Hulk Hogan had paint like that?
He had a match with... All right, this is for you and anybody younger than me. I told you before, pay-per-views were not always on Sunday when I was a kid. Like SummerSlam
they had this Tuesday.
Was on the last Monday in August. They were back to school.
Like they had this Tuesday in Texas?
Yeah, now this is before Monday Night Raw. Now that was thrown together like that night at Survivor Series. This was planned. Every time there was a big pay-per-view, there was only 4 or 5 back then. You had the Spectacular the week before. Like, primetime wrestling wouldn't be on Monday before. It would be the SummerSlam Spectacular. And you would get, like, if it was going to be, like, Money Inc. against the natural disasters, you'd get, like, DiBiase versus, like, Earthquake or Typhoon.
Like, Earthquake or
Typhoon, a natural disaster. God, I can't educate you on everything. You have to watch this shit for yourself. But
yeah, but this old wrestling's shitty.
No, it's not. It's a lot better than some of the shit we got on the TV now. So, all right, where were we?
Rather watch even like Jack Perry than Earthquake and Typhoon.
How about Punk gets fired and gets another job before Jack Perry's even on TV? He better not. If he's the fucking mask in AEW, even if he is, they're gonna be like, nah, scrap, fuck it, we're done, scrap it, forget it. Forget it.
Oh my God, it's Diamond Dallas Page!
It might as well be by now.
I actually watched that clip online. Everyone else loved it.
I liked it when it happened because I liked Page. I
thought you hated Page.
I do now. I got older. He just looked like a dirty piece of shit hillbilly from Tom's River like I always thought he did.
Bang!
Anyway.
Okay, Santos Escobar defeated by Dragon Lee.
I should hope so. Dragon Lee, wasn't he in Ring of Honor?
Yeah.
He was the last real TV champion, let's say, before, Tony bought the...
All these matches, besides the War Games matches, are super short.
Yeah, well, think about it. They start at 8. They only have an hour pre-show. I don't think they had any matches on it. They don't give away any matches for free. And it was over by like 10:30.
Short.
Not bad, though. Yeah, but Full Gear was rough for me, dude.
It's because they're old.
Yeah?
Rhea Ripley defeated Zoe Stark.
Rhea Ripley. I can't say enough good things about her.
I don't like her.
In the ring.
I don't like her.
Why?
I just don't think...
she could kick your ass?
No, I just don't...
I pay good money for a woman like that to do what she does to those other women.
I don't I just think that she's not a good wrestler. I don't like her compared to the women in AEW.
I want to see her and Jade Cargill, though.
No.
I actually want to see that more than I want to see her and Charlotte.
Because, Jade Cargill can't wrestle. Jade Cargill knows one move that she can barely do.
So maybe she should wrestle Charlotte then, because Charlotte could lead her. You have to lead. It's like a dance.
You remember when Jade Cargill debuted and she had that awful outfit?
All her outfits are awful.
What?
All her outfits are awful.
All the outfits in the WWE are horrible, period.
Like I said, I don't think they've actually seen women outside of their own company, because, like, you go to a bar and girls don't look like that at 3 a.m. They got, like, bloodshot eyes and they're all sweaty. And you just grab the one that's holding up the wall by the front door if she doesn't have anybody with her. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got off the track there. Go to the next match.
I am not related to this man whatsoever.
Okay, whatever.
Then we had the men's War Games match. Cody Rhodes, Seth frickin' Rollins, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and the best person in the match, Randy Orton.
Randy looked good.
Versus the Judgment Day and Drew McIntyre.
He looked awfully energetic, Randy, after not being in the ring for a year.
He was in great shape.
Sure. I liked it, his little... Did he have the mustache when he went away? No, he didn't have it last night. I know that.
I know, but he had the mustache. He shaved it.
But I don't understand. This is why when I thought something was going to be up with Punk, and I can't believe I didn't stay with it and keep it on. I'm such an asshole. But
were they having with him no showing?
Yeah, in the beginning they're all talking about it. I'm like, why would you do that unless he's going to be replaced by this other person, Punk? But I'm like, they already released new shirts of him Orton online after they announced it last week. And they announced it when they came out the other day and said they announced it on purpose that he was going to be there just so people didn't expect Punk. It really shifted me more to thinking he was going to be there because they went out of their way to say it. And then saying that's like, we're admitting it, but not really.
Also, that J.D. McDonough looks like a fucking troll.
Did you see when they threw him off the top of the cage
and then Orton
into the RKO? Randy makes anything look. He makes that look like you could do it.
Again, I did not like the match. There was no blood. There weren't really even weapons.
Don't even get me started on that. See, the whole thing with War Games is, though, if you watched any of those old ones, like with Dusty back in the 80s, like, the whole structure was like something you never saw, and it was hung above the ring wherever they were with the roof on it. Some guy made that cage enclosure special, but they never hung them up there back then. When you had a cage match, they came out and put the cage up. It would take about 20 minutes. They would just do it.
Well, because nowadays for all cage stuff,
but I mean, like, there's no top.
Speaking of cage matches, do you remember something called the Punjabi prison match?
I know of it. I never
with the Great Khali and Randy Orton.
I never saw it.
One of your favorite wrestlers, the Great Khali.
Oh my God!
When he would take the watermelon and crush it with his hands.
I knew a girl. It may have been.
No, we're not telling this story. We're not telling this story.
What about if she stood next to him and his penis is about the size of your foot? Soft.
We're not telling.
I mean, look at the size of my foot, dude. I mean, I'm a size 12. I mean.
God, this is why I consider quitting the show every week.
You consider what?
This is why I consider quitting the show every week.
You're going to no-show me?
Yeah. And then you're going to replace me with fake Razor and fake Diesel.
With somebody else.
Yeah, fake Razor and fake... You replace me with Glenn Jacobs.
You'll tune in one day and be like, welcome to the Iconoclastic Wrestling Podcast. I'm like, Iconoclastic, you sound different. No, I don't. So what be going on in the wrestling world?
Again, like the match itself was nothing special.
No, that's why I was saying I turned it off after that because
I do not like Jey Uso.
Oh, yeet my ass!
What does that even?
That word's banned in my house. The missus don't let the kids say it. Yeet.
Why does he say it? Well, why does
the oldest one has a shirt that says it? It's some fucking YouTuber started that. That's what we're down to. They model themselves after people like us right now. I don't have no money like Mr. Beast does though.
God.
I need that Mr. Beast money. I will be Oprah rich.
Damian Priest, the leader of the Judgment Day in the ring, who tried to cash in the Money in the Bank during the match. And
Money in the Bank has lost me, too. Let's just talk about that. Money in the Bank has lost me. The only time they ever did it really good
was when Dolph Ziggler cashed it in?
Edge. Well, Dolph's another good one. But
when Edge cashed it in the first time?
Yeah, because it was almost expired. It was 10 months. And it was Elimination Chamber, and Cena was all bloody. And out comes Vince. Everybody, wait a minute. Nobody's going anywhere. This night is not over. raise the cage. Then he raised the cage. He's like, we're going to have one more match tonight. John Cena will defend against the man who's cashing in. And then you hear his music, and he comes out and he hands it to Vince. And he comes out and he spears Cena. And Cena's like bloody as fucking hell. But he gets up at 2. And you're like, oh shit. And he beats him on the next spear. But you knew it was like 10 of 11. You knew they were going to.
Well, because imagine this. If they were doing if they had Orton didn't show up and instead you heard, no chance! That's what you got! And the fifth man's Vince McMahon.
His mustache? Nobody be scared of him with that
mustache. Here comes the money! Here we go.
He's still rehabbing.
Money talks.
From that quad injury. Told you, the McMahons, their quads are made of like paper mache, dude, or something.
Here comes the money! Here we go! Money talks.
Oh, I love Shane McMahon. He was something when he came out.
Money.
He had a good match with Rob Van Dam once upon a time.
Do you remember when Kurt Angle threw him through the glass?
Yeah, I just saw that the other day because I ported it over out of my DVD collection.
When Kurt was on those Dragon Ball Z Dende perks?
He threw him 3 times and it didn't break. And then he suplexed him 3 times. And then he just fucking threw him through it.
Man, those Perk Angle, he was not human. But anyway.
When we record these shows, when we do them early on Sunday, I am so disoriented when I come out of here with this daylight savings time shit because it was light when you got here and now it's dark.
Okay. How long have we been on for?
About 44 minutes, 47 minutes.
Jesus Christ. We have to keep going.
45 minutes.
So what? You
really are upset about it.
Should I just rant about Punk for 15 minutes?
I think that'd be a good idea.
Well,
and I'll tell you where you're wrong. You know I have no problem.
Well, I can't say the words that I used to describe him on the air. But when I saw it, I was just so flabbergasted. I think him going there proves that they're desperate in WWE after they didn't get Will Ospreay and they're not getting any of these other people. I think it proves that they're desperate, that they need a leg up, and that...
Oh, you mean it proves that they're afraid of AEW?
Yes. That they're willing to stoop...
They should be, to an extent.
That they're willing to stoop to his level. Because you know he's not going to stay here for long. You know he's going to do something.
Suppose he's got a multi-year deal, and some of it has to do with... Because you know he was doing the booking for Collision. And
they gave him everything he wanted, and he's still effed up.
Yeah, but you know what? This has happened to me in the past. When you work for somebody you don't have any respect for, though, or you think is like a big pussy, it's very hard to do.
But even then, Tony Khan gave him everything he could want. He got his own show, his own fucking belt.
Well, hold on. Back to Truck Up, King Sabi. He had to bring him back because they just got the Warner Brothers Discovery deal. They wanted him back. I don't know if Khan ever actually did after the first thing. They wanted him back for TV. That's why they said if you want a third show, Collision, which how Rampage has survived all this because Dynamite and Collision are markedly the better shows.
Yes. Well, Rampage, I told you, it's just like metal.
Like we have
Jack.
never stayed for Rampage when we gone, and I don't think I've ever watched. I watched when he debuted the one time. Probably the highest rated Rampage ever in August.
Well, because they did that. That was on that episode. And Christian Cage versus Kenny Omega for the Impact World Championship.
Yes.
Before they did like a match before their match at All Out.
Yeah, they did. I remember that. That was I watched that whole show.
That's when Kenny was the belt collector.
They did say though, Triple H, because Nick Khan's the guy that wanted to do this. Triple H had his support, but other than that, nobody knew about it until the main event guys were told before they went after the curtain.
And they were not happy. They were not happy.
From what it says, McIntyre and Rollins are not happy, but we don't know if that's true.
I think it's true.
But you don't know is the beauty part of it. You don't know if it's true.
No, because for years, it's been known that Seth Rollins hates CM Punk.
And Seth wants to be the guy. And he has the tools to be the guy. But I'm getting tired of this gimmick with his puffy shirts. They bother me. They bother me.
No, I just don't think that he's... I don't think Seth's a good wrestler, but
as far as Jack Perry, if I find out that he's the guy in the ass, what I think of that, son? Oh, that reeks. Brandy's microphone's a little... Aren't you happy I'm all the way over here? We don't have to sit so close now with the microphone. Like when I burped. You see the graphic I did last week when I burped?
What movie was that from?
That's Beer Fest, landfill. It's landfill too. It even smells like old landfill. But you got so mad when I burped in your direction. That was a pure soda burp.
John, but this, no, but because you know he's going to get into another backstage fight.
How is he?
He just is.
Have you looked at some of the guys at WWE?
He's still going to. So, Punk says that he's a professional fighter. He's a trained fighter.
Come on. You really think it would have taken much to hurt Jack Perry? He weighs about 160 pounds, if that.
You hate him.
Because he's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm telling you, I said it earlier, they cannot break, he can't be the guy in the mask now. If he is, you better gut it. You better just say, fuck it. You are going to look, he is going to look totally fucking ridiculous now.
Why?
I mean, the best company in the world took a chance on CM Punk now. The greatest wrestling company that ever lived took a chance on him. Now, so that says something, that bolsters his reputation.
No,
if
I also
didn't, and like Impact took him or NWA Power, then you'd be like, well, maybe this guy's had his day.
I still think he has. I don't think he can wrestle.
There's something left in the tank.
No, because the fucking entire city of Chicago is one rabid hive mind with one brain cell that just goes, CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, and they jerk themselves off to him. That's that whole fucking city. I hate Chicago. Just all because of the CM Punk stuff.
They fired him in Chicago too, and basically killed the town for AEW.
Yes!
They can't go back there now.
They have.
No, they went there that one time. That was it.
No, they went there last week.
Did they really?
Yeah.
I'd have to see that show.
It's an awful city. That whole city is just CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, and they're rubbing their dicks raw for him. Phil Brooks, I hope you and your ugly fucking dog are hearing this. You fucking bitch.
I doubt he's going to hear it.
I hate him so fucking much.
I'm going to laugh when he has you in the Anaconda Vice. I'm going to pose for a selfie with you.
Oh, yeah, one of his 3 fucking moves. Kevin Nash can do more moves.
Tell me it don't hurt. It's because there's only 3 of them.
With his big-ass Pepsi tattoo that he almost got sued for. And all those other stupid tattoos. He's got drug-free tattoo on his knuckles.
Oh, he's proud of that.
He's got Han and Leia tattoo on his thigh.
Does he really?
Yes.
Oh, I like him more already. You're talking to the guy who has the Mandalorian tattoo, but way before it was cool. Way before it was cool.
Yeah, it's because you told chicks that it was a Native American tattoo.
I didn't do that originally. I did that after a couple of girls just to see how it went. And then I said something like, yeah, no, it's from Star Wars. I'm like, but you thought I was like really deep, didn't you? When I said it was a ancient Navajo mastodon. Coming up with that off the top of my head after 6 beers, 2 Red Bulls, and a joint, probably.
But anyway, I just fucking hate CM Punk.
You can tell.
Everyone in the locker room, I'm sure, hates him over there. Or doesn't want to work with him.
Yeah, but you know what? You can't be. It's like people that hated Hogan. Like Jesse Ventura hated Hogan all years because Jesse wanted to be Superstar Billy Graham. Because Superstar Billy Graham, as you know, was Hogan before Hogan and before any of these guys like Scott Steiner and Jesse Ventura and all that. But Jesse had the look. He could talk, but just like Drew McIntyre, once the bell rang, it was over. Hogan had it all.
Hogan couldn't wrestle, at least in America.
But you don't understand. When he came along in 84, I was little.
In Japan, he could wrestle, and he couldn't wrestle here.
Yeah, but the thing is, Japan's actually one of the reasons he left the AWA because Vern Gagne wanted money from his Japan trips, and he was like, no. So
I mean, at least
Vince let him go to Japan.
At least Drew McIntyre has the 3, 2, 1, and he does the.
And I'll never forget seeing it at that WrestleMania at the Performance Center where nobody was at. Awful.
Same.
But I'm saying, like, guys get hated on, like Punk and Hogan, because they can't draw money with the guy.
Well, it's because
it's all about drawing money, and even more, it's about TV.
Punk can't draw anywhere in the city that's not called Chicago.
I will take that bet. I will take that.
I bet you with every show they do with him, they go to Chicago. Is that a whole...
You can't do that. There's no way. First of all, you know WrestleMania is going to be up the road in Philly.
Yeah, and I bet you he's not going to be there by then.
Nah. He's not going to do this. There's no way. If he screws up like this again, not only is he a horse's ass, they should have him locked up somewhere.
He's fucked up twice. He should be locked up already.
Oh, please. What, because that little prick pussy got fucking goozled?
And because he went after the elite.
Oh, please. Bunch of sissies. They're going to come back. I love that they're going to get repackaged as Crybaby heels. I'm like, wait a minute. Wasn't that their thing already?
They're the best. They're way better wrestlers than Punk.
No. The Young Bucks, you could say the Young Bucks are one of the greatest tag teams of all time, but you could use the last 3 or 4 years because they're booking themselves on top.
No, they aren't. They've been losing.
Oh, they're still booking themselves. Do you understand? It doesn't matter if you win or lose the way people look at it now. It's all you booked on top. Are you booked in the money-making spot? Like, them and FTR, that draws money.
Kenny, but FTR always wins.
Yeah, but FTR's like, well, I don't know. I think the Bucks could win that one. So the Bucks and the Lucha Brothers were good.
The Bucks haven't been tag champs since 2021. Or no, they were tag champs in 2021, and then they held the belt for like 2 weeks in 2022.
I don't know. All I know is I think wrestling is better with Punk in it than out of it.
Wrestling.
Shut up, bro. I'm just saying. I think he's
just saying, bro.
He's better. It's better with him in it.
No, it's not. He is a shitty wrestler, and he's a cancer. He's a toxic person.
Yeah, but he's gonna be. He would listen to you saying that as he's counting his money right now.
Yeah, he probably spends on his...
As he's laying with his dog on a pile of cash right now.
Yeah, his ugly fucking dog.
Yeah, who cares?
Him and his... Yeah, well, after all, he's got to take a quarter of his money to buy crack for his buddy Ace Steel.
I thought it was meth.
Meth, whatever.
Get it right. If you're going to cut on a guy with made-up shit, get it right.
You've seen Ace Steel. He looks like a drug addict.
I have.
That's why I think it's hilarious that Punk hangs around with them, because no one else would be friends with Punk.
They go way back, though, dude. They go back.
Yeah, Punk's got 2 friends, and one of them he doesn't talk to, because despite all this money that Punk has, he gets pissed off about not getting a couple $1,000 back.
Well, he is of the Hebrew persuasion.
He's not Jewish! We talked about this before!
He is so Jewish.
God, this might be the last show.
Why?
Show's making me too angry.
Why? Because of Punk? I don't know why you let it bother you so much. Sit down before you have a heart attack. Jesus Christ. God. It's not that big a deal.
Sign off!
Good night, everybody.
Get your hand off my penis!